Hello everyone, and welcome to another Green Dragons Gaming Club. Without us, they never feel like winners. Without them, we couldn't look so good. So, again, we're based out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. If you live in North Delaware or Philadelphia or Allentown or anywhere else in between, do me a favor, reach out to us. We're always looking for like-minded individuals. And so I've been doing a lot of play testing, so I haven't been able to put up the content that I'd like to put up. But one thing I have been doing, or have not been doing, I should say, is preparing for this great tournament that was put on by Jeff, who I believe is Truck Eye up on the Ninth Age forums, and it's called Buckeye Battles. It happens the weekend after July 4th every year, and this is phenomenal. I mean, I've been to small tournaments of like 10 players or less. I've been to medium-sized tournaments of 20 or 30. I've been to, I believe, 40 or 50 as well. But for this tournament, there was 102 players. Let me repeat that. There was 102 players at this tournament. And we weren't the only tournament that was there. There was also a 40K tournament going on. And it's kind of funny because they had this little corner of the room, and we had this huge area. I'm going, oh my God. And I'm going, I remember playing that, and I'm not going to bash another game, but let's just say I find this one more enjoyable. I'm not saying the other game is not enjoyable, but I find this one more enjoyable. And going, wow, look at all the people at this major event. This is fantastic. This is phenomenal. So to those people who went ahead and helped put Buckeyes on, thank you so much. Had a blast. So one of the things you may have noticed is like people such as James, who's Chai Hammer, and a few other, I think Evershade Gaming. I'm sure there are other things that like started doing review of lists and stuff like that. And I ended up going against, Chai Hammer's brother, Brogres. So this is going to be Brogres versus Dwarven Holds for Buckeyes 2017, and it's game one. So game one is hidden deployment, hold the center. And they come out, they have this huge piece of cardboard, they set it up on the board and say, okay, when you guys are done, ready for the game, just pick it up. Whoever picked the table size, your opponent gets +1 to going first. So I believe I ended up going first. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I went first. And here's my list. If you ever have looked at my list before, it hasn't changed. I use this as a battle cry. I use this base rendition for brawlers. There was a one-day tournament I did down in DC. I've used this list multiple times. It is tried, true, and I won't lie, it's not the easiest one to play, but it's just rock solid. If you play it right, it's rock solid. And here's his list. His list is like a almost perfect answer to mine. He's got 3-man darts. I don't care about that. I don't care about his BSB. Pyro can be effective against me. I'm not going to lie to you. That's the one thing that I did have concern with. His scrapplings with the foreman, I don't care. My goal is not to hit you with panic tests and all that. My goal is just to beat you off the field. It tries me with that banner discipline. All right, so shooting at them won't do much other than killing models. 7 mercs, need to thin out the herd before I can engage it. But even still, my deep watch one-on-one would still win that fight. Here's why this is a perfect answer for my list. A perfect answer. Scratapult. 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 He's got 3 freaking Scratapults. Then, just add insult to injury, Thunder Cannon, Thunder Cannon. That is 5 war machines in a single army. That's harsh. And they're chariots, so they're dual rolled. And I'm going, crap. So unfortunately, I'm missing some picks because we were already into the game like, oh crap, that's right, I want to take pictures. So the first picture I remembered was, I believe it's either top 1 or bottom 1. I forget which. But my Rangers turn around and they put 1 wound on his bruisers there, and they're outside his line of sight, and they're there just literally to give him grief. I think going up against the bruisers, I might actually be able to win that combat because I do have hatred against them, and I'm strength 4. But it's still a hit or miss. So my first actual board pick is of turn 2. So he's got a dart coming around the right-hand side. I'm facing off with him with a junior over there. I don't want him to charge me because of impact hits, but at the same time, it's only 1 wound. And let's see. Yeah, that's basically it. He so turn 1, I moved everything up. My War Machines, he was a smart player. He put everything on that back line, and his Merc Vets were half hidden behind the hill. So I moved my organ guns up, so I lost a turn of shooting. I did turn around and get the -1 to wound spell off on the 1 organ gun, and that was it. So he ends up getting 3 wounds, I think, using a pyro spell during his turn, and his Stratopults killed 1 model. And then they killed 4 models there, or something killed 4 models there. I think it was a pyro spell. And if you notice, I'm going to go back a few pictures here. It's not in that picture, but it's in that picture. So what he did is he actually moved up those tribesmen, those bruisers, to face off against my harassing rangers. And it put them in range of an organ gun, and the organ gun said, "Hello," and lit them up and killed them. They turned. I think they may have broken off the field, but yeah, it was just they got brutalized by by an organ gun. And meanwhile, I charged in there. I don't recall if I won combat or not. I think I did, and he held. I did 2 wounds, and he did a few. It is what it is, and that's it. So now it's turn 2 to him. He's going to turn around and drop some more rocks or sharp stuff on my deep watch. I lose a couple more deep watch. I think I lose a total of 4 deep watch there, and that's it. I was trying to move up as much as humanly possible, and in retrospect, I could have done something different, and I'm kicking myself now because it would have meant the game, but being in that horde formation it was definitely to my benefit. So moving on, he eventually turns around and killed all but 1. That 1 model will rally, and I got Junior in there. He did 2 wounds to Junior, and Junior took out one of his bruisers. So I did win combat, but he's stuck on a good dice roll. I was hoping. And that's it. So now he's chaffing me up. And I'm going, do I charge? Do I not charge? Do I just charge in Junior and let Junior do all the heavy lifting for me? What should I be doing here? And instead what I did is I let my organ guns turn around and do my talking, because as you can see, that unit is not there anymore. They got shot off to a man. Junior's still on the right-hand side, and I moved up the Rangers and the Spears, who was also in horde formation. At this point, what I should have done is I should have started making a beeline for that objective with my Spears. Oh well, live and learn, live and learn. And I get the -1 to hit up on my deep watch, and that's it. So he sees my deep watch, and he goes, I can charge them. And there's that picture, because that unit's no longer there. I was able to take out one of his Merc Vets from shooting with sharp stuff for my Rangers. And over here, for this combat, I killed another Bruiser. I think I may have even put another wound or 2 on that one. But he did kill my Junior for his troubles. And that's it. So now it's turn 4. I'm like, all right, the Warriors are getting ready for a Bruiser. I'm not worried about that. And if you notice, his Merc vets are up on that hill. This was pivotal at this point in time. And he goes, ah, crap. Because what happened was, he's like, I need a 9, I have Swift Stride, I can make it to this Deep Watch. They're not going to scare me. I'm going to kill a bunch of them and just grind them out to dust. And I go, okay, sure, go for it. He rolls his 9. He goes, yes. I go, you failed. He goes, what do you mean I failed? I was like, Banner of Dismay. You needed at least a 10 to possibly get in there. He goes, oh, crap, I forgot about the banner. So they're up on the hill. They sit. He turns around and he maneuvers his tribesmen in the forest. And there's that unit up on the hill. And I just want you to see what happens to a unit that's up on the hill, and then what happens when there's organ guns involved. It went from, there's 1 wound counter back there with 6 Merc vets and a BSB, to 1 Merc vet with 2 wounds on it and the BSB. Organ guns opened up and just lit them up. All I do is 1 more wound. Just 1 more wound. So let's see. He charged the Rangers in the flank with whatever that big critter was. They chose to flee. In retrospect, probably should have let the Rangers take it like a man. He moved his. He separated his Merc from his BSB, and he hid them behind the hill once again. And this is now turn 6. So with that chariot there up on the hill, I'm like, you know what? I really, really, really don't want him trying to get into my Deep Watch with that unit. So I set up Junior. I set up my King to take that charge. He could easily charge into Junior, kill Junior, and then overrun, but it'll be his turn. So I did get first turn this game. But not worried about it. Or you can go ahead and make the silly mistake of charging my King, and my King will just lay waste to anything that touches him. Because nothing in his army at this point, even the big brick of tribesmen, does not scare my King by himself. So during my turn, that 1 bruiser that was trying to get around the flank there to get to my organ guns, my engineer just lit him up. I forget whether or not one of my organ guns had to help out. I don't think so. And this is the last pick I have of the game. So again, organ guns turn around, kill that other chariot up on the hill, and his tribesmen charge into my 10-man unit warriors. I have 3 units contesting the objective at this point. He charges in with his tribesmen into the unit warriors, and in retrospect, I just should have fled. That's all I should have done. I should have fled, because then he would have just missed the objective. He could have tried to redirect. It's a possibility, and then seeing what happens there. But I still like my odds a little bit better. And he runs up with his unit of his 1 lone Merc, so he contests the objective. End of the day, job well done by my opponent. It was like the perfect answer for my list. It really, really was. And ends up being 11-9 victory. So to Jesse, who is the Brogre from Tryhammer's channel, job well done. For me, the MVPs, it was that 1 lone Brogre, the 1 lone Merc, and my Runic Smith. Those spells, like, it's funny because I'll look up at the forums. I've been trying to be quieter up on the forums, but I'll see people complaining about Dwarven magic. I don't spam it. I take 1 Runic Smith with 3 spells. Anything beyond, if my opponent has 6 dice, he has a very good chance of stopping all 3 of my spells. And I mean, that's all I can say. But that -1 to hit, the -1 to wound was huge, because a couple times he actually was getting wounds off of my organ guns. If you notice, at the end of the game, I had both organ guns. He just couldn't kill him. Just flat out, he just couldn't kill him. And they killed 6, almost 7 Mercs. They killed Bruisers. They were killing his war machines at a pop. So just job well done. Nothing was able to scare me because of that, but he did have the right tools, and he just got unlucky. Like there was one turn, the very first turn, as a matter of fact, he did 3 wounds with the organ gun, hits it with a cannon, and then rolls that 1 to wound. That was just bad luck. But I do want to show off his army. So that's my army. That fits a nice little beauty box. Look at this army. This is what I was up against, playing against. Job well done. I mean, we all know James is a great painter. Jesse is nothing to scoff at. All right. And I love the models. I really do. I mean, again, there's that mercenary vets. There's that beautiful, beautiful standard he's got going on. That's what he's got going on top of the either the Frost Mammoth or Ragnarok or whatever he's going to use that as. There is Tribesman, his cannons with a Stratopult. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful models. Well done, well painted. I can't say enough about it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful army. And great game. I had such a blast. This was perhaps the best game I played all tournament in terms of my opponents. And not to say I did not have great opponents in other ones, and because I absolutely did. I actually, a little foreshadow, I actually played James as well, and I had a great game, but you know what? I just had so much fun with Jesse. It's really hard not to, because he's such an easygoing, fun opponent. And then I had the privilege of hanging out with them after this day of gaming, and my opinions just kept going up and up and up about this gentleman. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Just as a recap, again, it's 11-9 Dwarven holds victory. So I'm happy that my first game against a great opponent ended up with a win. Not a huge one, but still a win. And again, Brogres, that one lone Brogre, and the organ guns and Runic Smith. So until next time, happy gaming.